Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dan Brown. Okay, I'm not Dan Brown. Okay, a warm welcome to 2014 Penguin Annual Lecture. My name is Ravi Subramanian. I'm a financial services professional, and I write thrillers that Penguin publishes. They do. In a way, I consider myself an expert in two dangerous professions. One is financial services, which creates all the scams, and the number two is publishing, which publishes about all the scams. And you know what? It's been a lifetime ambition of mine to work in a publishing firm. I got sucked into the world of financial services, into the world of banking, and here I am, doing the next best thing, which is represent a publishing firm. I stand before you on behalf of Penguin Random House to welcome all of you to this fabulous evening, ladies and gentlemen. Being in Mumbai, having been in Mumbai for about a decade now, I often wonder as to why, despite being the home to so many authors, despite having arguably a more discerning and a better read crowd than Delhi, do you agree? And despite the fact that we have a far better organized retail in Bombay, why publishers still consider Delhi as home? I haven't yet found an answer to that. And that's why this evening acquires a lot of significance. And that's why I would like to compliment Penguin, my publishers, for having organized this event, the first Penguin Annual Lecture 2014, the first time it's being held outside of Delhi. I just hope this becomes an annual feature, and next time it's held in Delhi, in Bombay first, and then it moves to Delhi. I would like to thank, before I let the evening roll, I would like to thank the partners, Crossword Bookstores, India's premier bookstore, my favorite for sure. And I would also like to thank book marketing agency Think Why Not for their creative inputs. Okay, moving on. The Penguin Annual Lecture was first started in 2007 to bring some of the world's best respected leaders, thinkers, and writers to the Indian audiences. It's since evolved to become one of the most prestigious events in the cultural circuit. Prestigious speakers who have addressed the Penguin Annual Lecture in the past include Thomas Friedman, Chris Patton, Amartya Sen, Ramachandra Guha, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, APJ Abdul Kalam, and Amitabh Bachchan. Now that we've heard these names, I'm sure we are in for an absolute treat this evening. Our guest speaker for today, is not a secret, is one of the world's most iconic writers, and he'll be sharing his views on codes, science, and religion. He's taken us on journeys of treasure hunts amidst the recurring themes of cryptography, key symbols, codes, and conspiracy theories. His books have been translated into 52 languages and have sold over 220 million copies worldwide. 220 million copies, one for every Indian alive. The Robert Langdon series is the 7th highest selling series of all time. The Da Vinci Code is credited with being one of the most popular books of all times. Two of his books, Angels and Demons and the Da Vinci Code, have already been adapted into a film. A third is in the pipeline. He's made the Time magazine's list of 100 most influential people of the year. He has single-handedly, and I say this with a lot of thought, he has single-handedly been responsible for getting a new generation of readers around the world interested in books. Not only in books, but through films also in travel, symbol, history, and art. He has inspired numerous authors around the world, including myself, and the one who will be in conversation with him later in the evening, our own popular Ashwin Sanghi. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor and a privilege to present tonight's speaker at the Penguin Annual Lecture 2014, speaking on codes, science, and religion, the one and only Dan Brown.
Wow. Thank you. Well, thank you. Wow. I'm not sure what to say. First of all, thank you all for coming out tonight. It is an absolute thrill to be here. I was here a long time ago. I was 19 years old, and since then I've been looking for an excuse to come back. And tonight, I guess, was that excuse, and I'm thrilled to be here. So thank you for having me. Before we start, I'd like to say a few thank yous. First to Ravi Subramanian for that very generous introduction. My fellow author and code enthusiast, Ashwin Sanghi. If you haven't read his books, you should definitely do that. I want to thank the entire team at Penguin Random House in India for all you do to share books with everyone here. I can't believe how young this crowd is. Wow. It's not past your bedtimes? I've been on tour a little while. I'm not sure what time my bedtime is. I think it passed about an hour ago. I'd also like to say a special thank you to Gaurav Srinagesh, Hamali Sodhi, and also to Carolyn Newbury for tonight. A big thank you to the entire Crossword team, especially Neha Khanna, for partnering tonight's lecture series and making it possible. Thank you. And to NCPA for this rather incredible space that you filled very nicely. And for being our venue partners. Now, I don't speak publicly very often. I'm asking myself why, because this is kind of fun. My plan tonight is to speak briefly, maybe 30 minutes or so, and then we'll have more of a dialogue with Ashwin and open it up to questions a bit, and that's usually a lot of fun. Tonight is a celebration of the written word, and I thought I should mention before we get started that both of my parents were authors, published authors. They were writers. And so writing has always been very important in my life, as have books, and it's great to see so many book lovers here tonight. When I was 5 years old, my mom helped me write and publish my first book. I dictated it, she transcribed. We did a print run of 1 copy. It had a cardboard cover with a little 2-hole punch binding, and I still have that book, and I've brought it a long way to share it with you tonight. So I brought it. Here it is. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but I titled this book, The Giraffe, the Pig, and the Pants on Fire. It was a thriller, obviously. And I thought maybe for the next half hour I'd just do a dramatic reading. No, that's not going to happen. On the day that I finished writing The Giraffe, the Pig, and the Pants on Fire, I knew I was hooked. I wrote nonstop in elementary school, in high school, in university, and I feel very fortunate to be able to continue writing to this day. Now, as some of you may know, some of the things I've written have been considered a bit controversial. Yeah, we're laughing now. Almost daily, even to this day, someone will come up to me and ask, "What happened to you as a child?" You know, did some Christian priest drop you on your head at your baptism? Did God not answer your boyhood prayers? And what's with your fixation on this battle between science and religion? Now, if you think about it, science and religion have been doing battle since the days of Galileo and the Vatican. And to this day, both science and religion battle to be that infallible source from which we draw our truth. In America, depending on what public school district you live in, your child's view of the universe might include scientific phrases like Big Bang, planetary systems, or evolution. Or it may include biblical phrases like in the beginning, let there be light, and Adam and Eve. And all over the world, whether we've been raised Christians, Hindus, Muslims, or Jews, some of us will find our miracles in the pages of Holy Scripture, and some of us will find our miracles in the process of scientific discovery. Unfortunately, I grew up the son of a church